Hey guys, welcome to What's on Fire with Matty Smokes, the podcast where we dive into the passion, the chaos, and the real stories of the hospitality industry. From the kitchen to the bar to startups, seasoned operators. This is the show where we talk about what it takes to build and thrive in the hospitality industry. Here today, we have my good friend Brandyn Williams, who started his career off in the finance Northwell health industry and decided that in 2019 he was going to make a bold transition over to the hospitality industry. From there, was a part of the Cherry Valley Lemon Ice King group, the Ugly Duckling group that we all know here from Long Beach, and then found his own lane with a good friend Red in the Dolce Bella world. Now we will refer to him as the Cannoli King of Long Island. Welcome to the.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
What's going on, my man?
What's up, brother?
So, tell us a little bit about Dolce Bella and what it is for all our listeners out there.
It's pretty much it's a trendy dessert brand, you could call it. And we pretty much made cannolis cool, as weird as that sounds. And we do gelatos, we do Italian ice, but we pretty much have a culture around here, which is like the first of its kind around desserts.
So, for anyone out there trying to get into this industry, obviously, many of us out there, we think the hospitality industry is just fun, games, easy. We get to drink and hang out with people. We get to eat cannolis and gelato and just mix some M&Ms in there and whatnot. What kind of advice do we have for people out there who may be unhappy with their career or feel like it's time for a change and want to make a leap into the hospitality industry, that we want to now serve people, whether it be opening a bar like Ugly Duckling or a deli and making sandwiches or even just an ice cream shop? Because so many people think that just because we've got this capital saved up or we've got friends who want to put money into something, that we could just wake up and now be a part of this industry.
It's tough. It's tough, man. I had hair when we first started. I had hair 5 years ago. I don't have hair anymore. So that just shows how stressful this thing is. But one major thing is when you take that leap, I always tell everyone, you got to be, I start, how can I explain this? I had to be selfish pretty much. So I realized that I wasn't happy where I was at Northwell Health. I hated it. And when I took that step, I had to be happy. So I had to be selfish doing this. And then throughout this entire journey, uh, honestly, you have to fail a bunch of times in order to get to that level. As weird as that sound, every door that kept closing on me during this entire journey, they weren't doors closing on me. They're actually doors opening on me for something bigger and better.
So, it started off with the Corona Ice King with Cherry Valley. And how many years did you do that for?
2 years.
2 years.
We had to close because of the pandemic.
Okay. So the
Pandemic
pandemic,
really
obviously,
screwed us
these
a
these
lot.
dilemmas come around, and so out of your hands, out of your control. Over the years, I've watched your social media, and it's been impressive. I've seen you dancing on tables at Ugly Duckling. I've seen you throwing cannolis at your partners.
Big Red.
Where does the inspiration for your content come from, and how important is it toward your business?
So social media, we wouldn't be here without social media, honestly. The inspiration, it's just Big Red and I. That's our talent. This is what we do. Um, and just to touch base upon what you were saying, social media has made like an insane difference in this business. It's not just the cannolis. Like everyone thinks like, oh, I could sell the cannolis, I could sell gelato like it's gonna sell. Like that wasn't it. The brand is actually Big Red and I. That's the brand. So when we started putting ourselves inside the brand, when we started like being ourselves, more people started connecting. Like, oh, these guys are funny. Oh, these guys are cool. And what that does is people want to get to know you. They want to support you. So that's been the biggest transition was putting myself out on social media with Big Red, obviously. But it's made an insane difference in the business.
I think you and Red are pretty hysterical. I enjoy seeing a video almost every day, which I give you a lot of
Every day.
credit every day. Um,
Every day. We've learned to pretty much compound social media. So we have videos from 2, 3 years ago that's still in the rotation. So we're putting out like 3 to 5 videos a day. People don't understand that. Like we're it's a lot of energy doing content. Like they don't see there's the business side of Brandon, like there's the business finances and reports, everything. But then there's also
make sure people
we
come in the
gotta keep
door.
people with it. Yeah, so it's a lot, but we're doing like 3 to 5 videos a day every single day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that's a part that people really don't see.
When you guys are doing these videos, is there planning or is there's just on the fly authenticity?
Half and half. Half is planning and then half is just pretty much Big Red and I bouncing ideas off of each other. So just imagine I went to Big Red. I'm like, hey, I want to throw a cannoli at your face, right? And it has to splatter everywhere. But the mistake was I missed. You saw the video. I missed. It's a real video. We have over 60 million views because of it, and that alone blew the brand up. It's funny.
When it comes down to all this, I mean, like, are you doing multiple shoots of videos one day and kind of cramming it into a shoot day, or is it just every day working at it?
Every day, and we pretty much wing it too. Like there's times where it's just like, yo, let's go do this video real quick. I have an idea. I don't know if you saw. We did something called a knitter video. Like we do a lot of videos that are like
Yes.
borderline, like here's the line, right? And then we like to go right here, like right there. Um, we like to do a lot of like things that people don't like to say and do these days because we like to, that's it. This is us.
Look, sometimes we got to just act any which way so that somebody can respond to it or comment on it. I mean, when I created Matty Smokes a lot's supposed to be a separate word. But do you know how many people tell me that it's supposed to be separate? And I'm like, listen, that's fine. Comment. Please tell me that as much as you can because
All,
you're
mhm,
helping me the more
all
you talk
engagement
about.
is good engagement.
So when you make these videos, it's like, okay, when you're done with one, do you say that this is the video and then it is? Or is it the one that you least expected?
There's times where we're like, yo, this video is gonna blow up, but there's also times where like this is gonna do well and then it flops. You never know how people think and how the algorithm is. It's weird.
When you're working on all these videos and you've got to get them out. Now, we've got to run a business, right? Every day we've got to run our business. We still got to make sure that there's staff there, that there's people showing up to come through the door. We got to make sure there's inventory, like you said, the accounting, the back office. How do you find the time to edit videos, process videos, create all the hashtags, post it on TikTok, post it on Instagram? What kind of tools are you using to help pull all these processes together? And we could start off with the editing and then transition over to the posting factors.
So overall, I have a routine now. That I have ADHD. I needed a routine. So you'll see it here. Like I have a list, a Monday list, a Tuesday list, a Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. Routine. That's the first thing. Like 10 to 12, I know this is what we need to do. 1 to that, I need to do that, do reports, everything else. As for the posting aspect, up until recently, I was doing everything, the editing and whatever, everything else. But as of recently, I learned that you got to take a step back and you have to trust your team and people around you to do the same thing. So as of recently, I have this awesome assistant, Haley. She's doing all of my editing now. She's doing the content for me, and it was tough to let go. I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing it for like 2, 3 years, but I had to do this to scale, pretty much, you know. So you got to trust your team.
So, talking about staffing and employees, because a lot of the focus of this podcast is for us to talk to people that want to open businesses, that want to become a part of this industry, that typically 50% of them don't have a clue of what they're getting into. And even though I've done this since I was 14 years old, I still don't have a clue what I'm doing tomorrow. I just fake it till you make it, keep moving and keep grinding. So right now, we've got the cannoli location in Oceanside, and I know you've got visions of scaling this to thousands of locations.
Absolutely.
Um, Staffing. How is staffing for you in the current market right now? How are you dealing with getting employees? Is staff retention good for you? Do you find people are sticking around? Is there a heavy turnover?
So this entire journey, staffing has been a problem, but not really in the same way. Um, Retaining people for this in particular business is 2 to 3 years because they're all high school or college kids, and then afterwards they get the big boy, big girl job that they have to do. Um, how do I find them? It's pretty much word of mouth now. I'm very big on energy. I'm very big on energy. When I have to meet everyone, I talk to everybody. Um, if someone that I trust says this person is good, I take their word, I bring them in, I vet them, and then we go from there. But as for staffing, I have an awesome team, and it's been a lot of trial and error, but I've learned that I have to surround myself with good people.
You got a
It
family
just
going on there where right now
you
you trust other people's word even well beyond.
Yeah, you gotta. In order to do this, you gotta trust your team. I was a one man show up until probably a year and a half ago, but I've learned to like let a lot of things go. I always felt like I needed to be in control of everything, the finances, the scheduling, the this, that, the cooking, making like everything. And then you learn that you gotta like you gotta trust your teammate, like just like Jordan, Kobe, like they have to trust their teammates. So Big Red was a big part of that as well. You know, I had to put a lot of trust in Big Red, and he's helped me tremendously.
What do you think while starting up, even all the way back at Cherry Valley, along the way, what were some of the biggest mistakes that you've made in this industry that you've learned from that we might try to help somebody else to prevent them from making the same mistakes?
Yeah, it's like I have a two-part answer to that. The first one is having the wrong people around me, but I needed wrong people around me in order to realize that this is not the energy you need around yourself. You know what I mean? You need to get burned by people. You need to like fail. Like those are very good for growth. Um, from the beginning, is more of a personal journey. You could say. Like I said, like everyone says that you need to like work during the day and work during the night, and like the whole like dog mentality, that thing is a joke. Like you need 8 hours of
Yeah,
sleep. You have to sleep. I've learned that
habits.
you need to eat healthy. It's yourself, it's your mind, like it's yourself. So I realized that you have to be selfish to do this. Like you yourself, your body, your mind, everything needs to be like you got to be on it, because if it's not on it, you're not going to get very far. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like, there's a lot of things I don't do anymore. I wake up at 6 o'clock every day. I work out. I eat boiled eggs. I have the same routine every day. And this is why I'm here, because
Yeah,
it's more of your
and
mind.
yet that's not what everybody would think about us.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So
I go to sleep every day at 9 o'clock, sometimes 10 if I'm feeling,
So I guess while you were starting up these party worlds that we were in, they they felt fun every day until it was every day.
Yeah, you hit a wall. You hit a wall. Like staying up 18 hours a day. It's like a lot of people like that's what I'm saying. We got fooled. We're like, yo, that's like the dog mentality. Like you gotta you gotta do this. Like you don't. Like you need sleep.
Yeah, I've learned in my life habits. There was a book, Atomic Habits, that really straightened me out a lot and taught me that waking up the same time, sleeping the same amount of hours a day, one night getting 2 hours and another night getting the next night getting 12 hours is just going to burn you out. And this industry um destroys us. I mean, for a little bit, everybody, I ran a bread route here with Brandon, and so
A little bit.
a
A
little
little
bit, a
bit.
little bit. But you know what? I learned that I was burning myself out. And so when we were doing that, I was waking up in the morning, sending out all the reminders to everybody. I was putting together the orders. I was going to Cooper's. I was cooking at Cooper's. I was meeting the
Oh,
guy, putting the bread orders together, sending the guy out. Sometimes later that night, going out and doing the bread orders myself,
yeah.
and waking up and doing the
A
same
lot.
thing the next day. We all need to be aware, and that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I think I could give to people out there is we live a volatile lifestyle, and it's a volatile lifestyle because when people want to party or people want to eat or people want to drink, it's when we need to work. And so it's not fun time for us, it's work time. And
Yeah.
when we do have our free time, we do want to party and hang out with our friends and family, or go out to
You don't have
dinner.
the energy.
And correct, because we're exerting all our energy while we're at work, we're not always taking care of ourselves and being sure that, that we're actually being selfish, like you said a little bit, and making sure that we're happy. What's the future from here? You got Dolce Bella. What's the next 10 years look like? What are the goals? Where do we want to be?
The goal is to copy and paste this all over. The goal is to scale this and to pretty much franchise this. We have all of the elements. We have the brand. We have the product. We have great people. That's the long-term goal. Next one, we're looking to do Suffolk. After Suffolk, it's going to be like Queens, then the city, and then we're just going to keep copy and pasting this till I wholeheartedly think this is going to be nationwide. That's the goal.
In the process
I know that's going to be nationwide. I don't think. Sorry.
in the process of getting to franchising, whether it's privately owned or franchising with other developers involved, what kind of systems are you putting in place to set up that consistency? We all think,
Yeah.
like I've thought it 100 times that I'll open a gelato shop and these kids will come in and just serve it, and everything's going to be okay. And you and I both know that is not there. There is nothing about this industry that's set it and forget it. So what kind of practices are you putting in place that you think will help you to get to that point?
So pretty much Big Red and I oversee everything, but we don't micromanage. We need to make sure that the product and the quality is everything is always on par. The second thing is customer service. That's the big thing. We hire also personality. Um, Systems, we have systems in place, like opening checklists, closing checklists, everything's, but it's the people in those systems that have to execute those systems for you. As crazy as that sounds,
Face each other.
you have to have people in the right positions in order to do this. And I'm very fortunate to have all the people in the right places right now. And as we keep growing, I got to hire people in order to keep maintaining that level of excellence, you know?
Always got to stay on our pivots and keep our heads on a pivot, right? And keep moving forward. The world changes, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's I don't know if you were here during Sandy, but as the world changes and the economy changes, do you see your model withholding longevity? And if so, for what reason?
So yes, yes, because gelatos and Italian ice has been around since the 1900s, the early 1900s in general, and we pretty made it trendy. On top of that, cannolis, flavored cannolis, has really that's always been around as well. No, regular cannolis has always been around. The flavored cannolis, that's the trendy part. Do I see the longevity in it? Yes. Um, Cookies, I don't know if Crumble, Chip City, like all those guys, like they're all they're doing the right thing. Uh, I feel that we're on that route, but we have personality behind the brand, which is like it's very different to a lot of other brands. Uh, like I, off the top of my head, like I know there's a lot of other people like that are the brand, but off the top of my head, like what dessert brand has like a bald guy and a big red guy,
Look, when
like like
it's Chip City, I don't see too many people in there. I pass your place and I see Big Red outside in a Santa Claus costume in the middle of the
yeah,
summer. So personality, I mean, it's attention, it's grabbing, you guys are doing a great job. Um,
it's authentic. That's the thing. Like it's
Authenticity
a
is big.
and everyone could see that through social media. We're not faking this. Like this is us.
All right. Well, so Brandon, I really do appreciate your time. This has been awesome, and without a doubt, I think Dolce Bella has huge success ahead of it. And you and Red, you got heart into it, authenticity, and that's one thing that people need to recognize is that we live, eat, and breathe our business. I wake up in the morning and I think about what I'm going to be putting on specials tonight. I think about how am I going to sell more barbecue next week. I have to. If I don't wake up
Yeah.
every single day thinking about my business and what I do, it's not a secondary. It's a first. It needs to be on the forefront every day, and you understand that, and I see you doing it. So, to everyone out there, you got to love, eat, and breathe what you're doing. Do not open this up as a side business. Do not just think you're going to open the doors and be able to have a beautiful location and everything's going to be great and peaches and cream. We need to put time into our advertising and marketing. We need to put time into our employees and we need to put time into our structure to move forward. Anything else you'd like to add, my friend?
That's it. Be selfish. Put yourself first. Go from there.
All right. Well, I would like to thank everybody for coming down and listening today. And we're definitely going to have more episodes coming soon. And eventually, I think I'll get Big Red on here so he can have a little episode to combat maybe some of the things that you've been saying. But thank you again,
Definitely.
Brandon. I appreciate it.
No problem.